now there's some rule changes that are in the game now in terms of like the way that you approach a defender offensively and
Mhm.
defensively. Is there a rule change that you believe Orlando has helped linemen, that you think that helps?
Um, the not cutting guys outside the box, like
Yes.
pulling around on the perimeter, DBs not being able to cut you anymore.
Mhm.
That really has helped. Something I do wish they would take out of the game is, you know, when D linemen run some of these pick stunts. I mean, they come, Patrick Queen in Pittsburgh, for example, man, he's coming full speed, head of his helmet, and hitting a defenseless lineman from an off angle. If I
Yes.
play
Yeah.
left tackle, he's hitting me on my right side while I'm looking at this the defense end to my left. I can't see this guy. I do think that's the next step in terms of protection for offensive linemen. But taking that second, third level cut out of the game, now guys can run in space and not necessarily have to worry about it, man.
Yeah, getting swiped up. You running in
Yeah.
space,
Oh
and then
yeah.
all of a sudden somebody comes in and just rolls you up.
Well, we saw that with
Yeah.
Scadaboo
Yes.
a couple weeks ago, man.
Exactly.
Brutal, and
Yeah.
all the comments online were just like, "This is what we're talking about. This
Yeah.
is why we tried to take this out of the game," And it's unfortunate that he had to pay the price for that. But yeah, rule changes. Hopefully they can benefit everybody. It's just for the betterment of the game overall, too. We don't want guys out
Yeah.
there getting hurt.
Well, let me go back to this Pittsburgh thing, yeah, because I like the fact that
Hey,
Orlando, you brought that up.
I will rag on
Yeah.
Pittsburgh all day, every day.
Just give a
Yeah.
little
Yeah,
segment
yeah.
to them real quick. Here's the reason why that I started to just have a dislike for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and for me is that like
Preach.
when we were in Baltimore, right? Obviously, we were a newer team in 1996 starting, and then 97 I come in. When you go into your own stadium and you see more yellow, terrible towels
Ugh.
waving in the stand, do you know what that feels like? It's just like, where are our fans? Are they where are they at?
Yeah.
And it was just one of those things that I just remember so vividly when we would play the Steelers. You would just see these towels just waving in the yellow, and it just seemed like they just took over the stadium. So whenever you had a really great drive, just the momentum a lot of times just wasn't there because of the fans that they had in the stands.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they travel too.
And they
Yeah.
travel, they
Yeah.
travel in large amounts, and so that was one of the things I could say that I definitely didn't like. And then one of my hardest hits that I actually, not that I actually gave out,
That's right, that you received.
that I received.
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
this.
came from Levon Kirkley, right? You got these guys that to this day, if I see Orlando, to this day, if I'm at a kid's football camp, right?
Yeah.
These are kids that they're not even over the grade of 8, 8th grade, 7th grade, 6th grade. Levon is going to make sure everyone at that camp knows how hard he hit me, right? He's going to make it known.
Oh, man.
So yeah, Kirkland is one of those guys, man. He to this day, this is like a hit that was like 20 something years ago.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
remind him who hit you the hardest, And it was one of those things where it was a simple play, Orlando. I'm just running a check down over the ball, right? 5 yards, turn around, throw my hands at the quarterback. I'm just waiting for a soft pass, keep it low, direct, just hit me in the numbers. Somehow the ball just kind of floated and it just drifted in the air. And by the time, and I knew at some point I said, I'm going to have to jump up and catch this ball, right? Because it was just kind of floating.
Ah,
So the faster
yeah.
I can get this ball, the faster I get back on my feet and I can run. It didn't work that way, right? I jump up, Mark, I catch the ball, and I turn around and I see Lamont Kirkland's helmet. And it was like the sun was right behind it. And that black helmet just like made the sun disappear. And I said, oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Yeah. And so the ball went one way. You could imagine my feet went
Yeah.
another way. Yeah, I hit the ground. But the thing that they always say about getting hit hard, just jump up very quickly like it didn't even hurt,
Yeah,
right? I
yeah.
sprung up.
Smile on your
I
face.
sprung up,
Yeah.
started trotting back to the line, knowing I got blown up, but it was one of those things, you just try to play it off.
Yeah, yeah.
Play it off.
That's a great story.
All right, I'm going to spin it
Uh,
forward a little bit to current times right now because every weekend I feel like Orlando, you're playing in a game that finishes 96-93. What's going on right now,
Yes.
man? Joe Flacco
Crazy.
comes to town. Numbers are all over the place. These high
Yeah.
scoring games. What's going on in Cincy? And talk
Yeah.
about the transition from the unfortunate injury from Burrow and seeing Flacco come in and see what he can provide.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's been such a crazy year. Offensively, we've had a ton of success, and believe it or not,
Mhm.
man, we still left a lot of meat on the bone in terms of the yards. Hell, even the rushing game has been really good for us, I believe, this last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But I think over 6 or 7 games, man, it could have still been so much better. But we've been doing a good job offensively. But like I said, we still have left some meat on the bone in certain areas and certain situations. And that's always, even though we scoring 40 something points, um, that's still sometimes like a hard pill to swallow, man, because our standard here in Cincinnati as an offense is perfection. And then taking you into the borough, man, obviously that's so unfortunate. Losing him how we did, but I'm very thankful, man, that our front office, Coach Taylor, everybody banded together, went out and got Joe Flacco, and at 40 years old, he's playing his best ball, man. I was very fortunate to have him in Baltimore my rookie year. I learned a lot from him in terms of being a pro day to day. Hell, even what it even takes to be a quarterback in this league. And I imagine Lamar learned a lot from him as well, man. But Flax just come in. He's been working. He knows the system, which is crazy. I mean, I feel like he knew the system from the first day he walked in. You should hear him in the huddle talking to Jamar. He's like, "Hey, what do you want here? Yeah, run that."
Wow.
I mean,
That's incredible.
that's our system though. And believe it or not, even when Burrow's in there, that's our system. It's we got the monsters outside at X and Z
Mm.
between T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. And I swear the only people that can stop these guys are themselves. And that's a testament. I wish every young player, I said this in front of the team last year. I wish every young player in this league could see the way that those men practice, and they will understand why they are so good. Because every day, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, these guys practice so hard, like with attention to detail, with high energy and effort. They don't let a ball go over their head. I've seen them in practice on air go up and catch a ball and fall right on their ass. It just is what it is. But that's the commitment that they make to their craft, man. And when you got those type of guys, I mean, Flack is finding a way to make sure we get it done.
Yeah, I just between you and me, I scooped him up in
Yeah.
fantasy, and he's been helping me out a bunch. So next time you're in the huddle, just give him a knuckles from me, but don't say anything. All right, it'll be
Yes,
unspoken.
sir.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I want to ask one more thing. When you became a Cincinnati Bengal, when you walk
Yep.
in the facility for the first time, do they test you on your icky shuffle? Like, do you have to do it to that's like the password to get into the room?
What's funny is I could really hit it if I needed to.
Yes,
But yeah.
yes, let's go.
Yeah, no, I can really hit it if I needed to, man. Icky Woods, man. It's crazy. He's around a lot, just in the media and stuff. So I've seen him at a few different foundation events and some of the things I do in the city.
That's cool. That's super fun. All right, Priest, it's time for our Bet365 segment. And I want to apologize to everyone. I'm a little under the weather at the moment. So, Priest, I'm going to lean on you to help carry this segment through. Hope that's cool with you. Look, things are never ordinary with Bet365, right? Including my voice.
Yeah, with your voice, it's a different ordinary day. I suggested doing the gargle with the salt and water. I think you remember that home remedy that grandma would probably tell you. So hopefully you can try that out. But let's get down to business. Let's talk about Chiefs and Broncos. Breaking news from Bet365. New customers, Priest, $5. You just bet that and you can get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So sign up, place a bet for $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, player props, futures, and so much more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER in Arizona, Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and Virginia. Or 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. 21 plus only. 18 plus in Kentucky. Please gamble responsibly, and you must be present in Arizona, Colorado, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, and Kentucky, as well as Louisiana and select parishes. Maryland, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and Virginia. $10 minimum deposit required. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only.
This has been a Playmaker production.